The zombie leader is named Masayuki, a subordinate of Lane. As the city darkens under thick black clouds, Masayuki meets Ryota, the leader or supervisor of Hanabusa City. Masayuki carries out attacks like this under Lane's orders. Lane is the ruler of Hanabusa City. However, Ryota disagrees with the order because he has worked hard to build the city of Hanabusa. Nevertheless, Masayuki follows Lane's command and asks Ryota for the city's key. Then, Masayuki orders the zombies to stop attacking the residents. He announces that the residents must find Danora and Yagiri as soon as possible. After that, they should bring them to the city center square. Whether dead or alive, the residents must successfully carry out this order if they want to survive. Masayuki has locked the protective barrier of Hanabusa City, so Danora and Yagiri cannot leave the city. Upon hearing this, Danora is confused as they are targeted without clear reasons. Yagiri speculates that it's probably because he has killed many sages. Shortly after, some residents find Danora and Yagiri hiding in a small alley. One resident intends to kill them, but Yagiri immediately kills him, and the remaining residents flee. Danora thinks Yagiri is too ruthless for killing ordinary people, but Yagiri explains he only kills those with intentions to harm him. Then, Yagiri just realizes his mistake in judging the situation there. Due to this, Yagiri decides to approach Masayuki with Danora. Of course, Masayuki and Ryota are surprised by their decision. Masayuki believes Danora and Yagiri are sacrificing themselves for the people of Hanabusa City. Yagiri then intentionally asks Masayuki to release the city's protective barrier so they can leave. Yagiri will let Masayuki live if he complies with Yagiri's wishes. Masayuki is angered by this request and summons his undead forces to attack Yagiri. Masayuki and his forces consist of various types of undead. Masayuki is shocked as his undead forces vanish instantly. He wonders why the undead, who are already dead, can die again. Yagiri answers that he also doesn't understand it but clarifies that anything in front of him can die in an instant. Yagiri decides who lives or dies, and others can form their own opinions about him. Meanwhile, Ryota, who has been silent from the start, states that he had no involvement in Masayuki's attack. Ryota introduces himself to Yagiri there. Masayuki immediately transforms his body to attack Yagiri. Yagiri remarks that he is truly tired of waiting for an enemy who performs dramatic transformations like that. He approaches the frightened Ryota, who pleads not to be killed by Yagiri. Ryota claims he has no intention of doing anything to them. Yagiri explains that he only did it to protect Danora and himself. After Ryota calms down, he reveals that Lane ordered Masayuki to kill them. Ryota has never interfered in Sage candidate matters, so he doesn't understand Lane's motives. Shortly after, Makamoko appears to inform Danora about the aura in Hanabusa City. The attitudes of the residents suddenly change as they head towards them. This is due to the manipulation of spirits by someone. Danora, protected by Makamoko, is unaffected by the manipulation. Yagiri realizes this and believes someone is testing his powers. Ryota tries to reactivate the city's protective key to neutralize the magic, but it doesn't work. Ryota suspects Lane is controlling the city. On the other hand, it turns out Lane is indeed testing Yagiri's strength. Even Kurayami is deliberately directed to the city to face Yagiri directly. Anything in front of Kurayami will turn to sand when Kurayami passes through. Euphemia is now Lane's slave and advises Lane not to resist Yagiri. Yagiri is extremely dangerous, and his power surpasses all in the world. However, Lane continues with her plan and splits herself for the next phase. Lane has arranged her clones not to remember Yagiri's name. The clones also have no intention of killing anyone. Lane categorizes this as a disaster for Hanabusa City. She believes Yagiri cannot kill her under these conditions. The disaster will begin when Kurayami suddenly disappears due to Yagiri's attack. On the other hand, Yagiri tries to protect Danora and Ryota from the residents' attacks, but he cannot do it continuously. He cannot directly kill Lane as he doesn't know the connections trail. Yagiri tells Danora that he has been in a similar situation before, a situation where someone tried various things to measure Yagiri's strength. Soon, Danora senses a dull aura around the city. Kurayami has reached the city and is advancing towards Danora and Yagiri. Yagiri senses something strange about this situation but still instantly kills Kurayami. Then, an anomaly occurs, and Yagiri quickly embraces Danora. Danora is confused by the situation and thinks the red light comes from Kurayami, but Yagiri says he has already killed Kurayami. Yagiri thinks the red light is something separate from Kurayami. There's no specific target. It randomly attacks at high speed, seemingly aiming to destroy the city. Danora briefly changes the subject as Yagiri continues to lean against her breasts, with his hands embracing her.
大丈夫だし離れてくれない？
ああ、なんか柔らかいなって思った。
After Yagiri released his embrace, Danora wanted to say something about the red light. She saw that the red light seemed to take the form of a woman in a red dress diving from the black sky. Upon hearing this, Ryota suggested that the attack likely came from Lane's clones. Ryota is genuinely frustrated and doesn't understand Lane's true intentions. Nevertheless, Yagiri cannot attack Lane because the red light does not intend to attack him. However, Yagiri can stop the attack if Lane's clones are clearly visible to him. Upon hearing this, Ryota quickly opens the map of Hanabusa City with his power. He explains that Lane's clones are attacking different locations and won't attack the same place. So, Yagiri can be on guard in an area not yet attacked by Lane's clones. This way, Yagiri can counterattack when one of the clones dives towards him. Danora will also accompany Yagiri because Makamoko has a good plan to protect them later. Then, Ryota quickly teleports them with his power, and after that, Ryota teleports elsewhere as soon as possible. After waiting for a few minutes, Danora sees Lane's clones targeting their location. Yagiri immediately grabs Danora's hand and attacks the clone. They successfully survive thanks to Danora's underwear made of the time-traveling aggressor material. On the other hand, Lane becomes more confused with Yagiri's power as he can kill vampire-type undead. Shortly after, Lane senses a strange power attacking her, and it's Yagiri's power. After Lane's body truly disappears from this world, another girl wakes up from a coffin. When the girl comes out of the coffin, she sees a hologram magic recording from a stone she holds. It's a recording of Lane stating that the girl is a copy owned by Lane. But the girl will not have Lane's memories and will live with a different personality. Lane has planned this to avoid attacks from Yagiri.
Takato, Yagiri.
Some time passes, and Ryota has prepared a vehicle for Danora and Yagiri, who will depart for their next destination soon. He is very grateful to Danora and Yagiri for stopping the chaos in the city. Ryota doesn't care about the deceased Lane as he hasn't respected Lane for a long time. Then, Danora thanks Ryota for preparing the vehicle for her and Yagiri. After that, Danora approaches Yagiri because typically, it's the man who drives for the woman. Yagiri says he's very bad at driving like this, and there's a possibility of an accident if he drives the car. Upon hearing this, Danora becomes scared, and she insists on driving the car to ensure they arrive safely at their destination. At night, on the other hand, Ryoko is visited by a girl named Carol. Carol returns Ryoko's phone because its battery is almost run out. Ryoko expresses gratitude as she lost her phone a few days ago. Carol then admits that she was the one who stole Ryoko's phone back then. She wanted to see Yagiri's observation tool from Ryoko's phone. Unfortunately, Carol couldn't do it. Of course, Ryoko is suspicious of Carol's true intentions. Carol explains that Ryoko doesn't need to hide anything about Yagiri now. Carol just wants to monitor Yagiri through Ryoko's phone. Carol's organization actually has a satellite to observe Yagiri's activities at all times. But the satellite cannot operate in this world. Ryoko and Carol are girls sent by their respective organizations or institutions to monitor Yagiri. They know that Yagiri's power has been dangerous since they were on Earth. Shortly after, Ryoko's phone alarm goes off, indicating an important notification.
第一門が開いてる。ん？そんな。